We're going to talk about something that's just so incredibly important today. It's a topic that touches almost all of us, whether it's for ourselves or for someone we love, and that's preventing falls.
I know it can be a personal and even a scary subject, but the truth is, a little knowledge and some daily effort can absolutely change everything. So let's dive right in. So first, let's just get a sense of what we're really up against. 1 in every 3 older adults falls each year. Think about that. That's a huge number. It's actually the #1 cause of injury-related deaths for seniors. But look, this isn't just some scary statistic. It's a real thing for millions of people, and that's exactly why we need to be having this conversation. But I really don't want us to get stuck on that number, because as serious as it is, there is another number that is so much more powerful, so much more hopeful, and it's the one I really want you to walk away with today. 39%. That's it. That is how much you can slash your risk of falling just by doing the right kind of exercise. This is absolutely massive. It tells us loud and clear that falls are not just a part of getting older, they are preventable, and you, right now, have the power to do something about it. Okay, so to really get the solution, we gotta understand the problem, right? So let's take a quick look at why we lose our balance. It's not some big mystery, it's actually a system. Your body is performing this incredible balancing act every single second of the day, and it relies on 3 key players to pull it off. So think of it like this. Your brain is mission control. It gets signals from your eyes telling it where you are. It gets signals from your inner ear, which is kind of like a little gyroscope telling it which way is up. And then there's this third one, proprioception. Fancy word, I know, but it's just the sensors in your muscles and joints telling your brain how your body is moving. It's what lets you walk in the dark. Now, as we get older, these systems can get a little less sharp, the signal's a bit slower, and if our muscles aren't strong enough to react in time, a tiny trip can turn into a really serious fall. And that right there brings us to the good part, the solution. We're about to walk through 4 super simple exercises, and these aren't just random moves. They are scientifically proven to retrain those balance systems and build up the muscles you need. And the best part? No gym, no fancy equipment. You can do this whole thing right in your living room.
Okay, first up is the heel-to-toe walk. This is all about training your balance while you're actually moving. And hey, for this one, it's a great idea to do it alongside a wall or your kitchen counter, just so you have something to steady yourself if you need it. Safety first. So here's what you do. You're going to place the heel of one foot right on the floor, so it's touching the toes of your other foot, kind of like you're walking a tightrope. The trick is to look straight ahead, not down at your feet. Try to take 20 steps like this. Then turn around and head back. And really, it is totally okay to lightly touch that wall for support. So why this goofy-looking walk? Well, it's actually genius. It forces your brain to constantly adjust and find your center of gravity. That is the exact same skill you need for real-world stuff, like navigating a narrow hallway or squeezing past a chair in a crowded room. All right, exercise number 2. The single leg stand. Now this one can sound a little intimidating, but I want you to remember this is not about being perfect. Seriously, if you can only hold it for 5 seconds when you start, that is a fantastic win. That's your starting line. Just like before, stand next to something sturdy, then just lift one foot off the floor and try to balance. See how long you can go. Maybe aim for 30 seconds eventually, but celebrate whatever you do today. Then, of course, switch to the other leg. The science on this is crystal clear. Being able to do this is directly tied to having a lower fall risk. And here's what's so cool about this. You're actually doing this all day long, and you don't even think about it. Every single step you take involves a moment where you're on one leg. So by practicing it on purpose, you're supercharging all those little stabilizer muscles in your ankles and hips. Those are the muscles that act like your own personal safety net. Let's move on to our third exercise. And honestly, I think this might be the single most important strength exercise for keeping your independence in day-to-day life. It's the sit to stand. So, find a good sturdy chair, sit up nice and tall, feet flat on the floor. Now, cross your arms over your chest, no cheating with your hands, and using just your leg power, stand all the way up. And then, this part is just as important, slowly lower yourself back down with control. Don't just plop into the chair. You do this exact motion dozens of times a day, every time you get up. This move perfectly shows how strength equals safety.
Those big, powerful muscles in your legs and your glutes, they aren't just for getting out of a chair. They are your emergency brakes. They are what you use to stop a little stumble from turning into a big fall. And for our fourth and final exercise, we're going to focus on a spot that most people totally forget about, your ankles and your calves. These guys are your body's first line of defense when it comes to balance. So stand behind a chair and just hold on lightly for support. From there, slowly rise up onto the balls of your feet, lifting your heels as high as you can. Hold it at the top for just a couple of seconds. You'll feel those calf muscles working, and then slowly lower back down to the floor. Control is everything here. I mean, think about it. When you start to tip forward, what's the very first muscle that fires to pull you back to safety? It's your calves. Having strong, quick-to-react ankles and calves is absolutely essential for making those little split-second corrections that keep you on your feet. So, there you have it, our 4 exercises. The next, and maybe most important question, is how do you actually fit this into your busy life? Well, the great news is it only takes about 15 minutes, and you can even split it up to make it easier. Here's a super simple plan. In the morning, maybe while you're waiting for your coffee to brew, you can do your balance work. That's the heel-to-toe walk and the single leg stands. Then later in the day, maybe during a commercial break on TV, you do your strength work, the sit-to-stands and the heel raises. That's it, 2 tiny, manageable chunks of time. Okay, so exercise is your #1 most powerful tool, but we can also be smart and make our environment a little bit safer. So let's just run through a few really quick wins you can do at home. This stuff is pretty straightforward, but it makes such a difference. Clear the clutter out of your main walkways so there's nothing to trip on. Put some grab bars in the bathroom. Use night lights in the hallway for those late-night trips. Wear supportive shoes with a good grip, even indoors. And please, please either tape down or just get rid of any loose throw rugs. They are a major hazard. As we start to wrap up, I want to leave you with one final thought. Because this routine, this 15 minutes, it's not really just about doing a few exercises. It's about what those exercises give back to you. This daily 15-minute investment is about so much more than preventing a fall. It's about confidence. It's about being able to live in your own home, to play with your grandkids, to enjoy your life without that nagging fear in the back of your mind. It is about protecting your independence and your freedom. This is all about building a stronger, more stable, and more confident future starting right now. So the only question left to ask is, how will you invest your 15 minutes today?